Cause some dudes it's like you won't spank your chicken, but then it's like.
But
you see a 3 walk along.
I woke up next to a 3 and I was pissed. I said, bro, I'm done. Welcome to Men Established. My name is Mosiah. I'm introducing our podcast. This is the first episode of our amazing podcast. And today's segment is going to be Bar Talk. I love Bar Talk because we get to drink, hang out with you guys, and just kind of shoot the shit with our guys, you know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, give you a little brief synopsis of me, my life, my dating history. Not really dating history, but current situation. Like I said, my name is Mosiah. I'm married. Crazy. I'm married. That's why he said that, but I'm married. I have a beautiful daughter. My wife is actually pregnant, so I got one on the way. And I'm a homeowner, so I'm an investor as well, landlord, and I'm getting into wholesaling as we speak. So hopefully you guys will be able to, see that journey progress. And I guess who wants to go next?
That's good. All right, guys, I'm Elijah. I'm the youngin' here. I'm not married. I'm freshly out of a relationship. I'm also an investor, aspiring many things. I'm aspiring for the world, man, but for real, right now, I'm mainly crypto, hoping to get into real estate, and yeah, just trying to do good on social media as well.
What's going on, man? My name is Miles. I'm the founder of Bougie Boy, and I'm also just a creator. I'm single currently. I don't know. I'm not really looking, but I am a little bit. But yeah.
Devious work.
So, what's the topic for today?
All right, so pretty much we're just gonna go ahead and roll straight into it. Bro said he's single. You freshly out of a relationship. Yeah. I'm married. So when do you know when it's time? When do you know it's time to not really just wrap it up, but just yeah. When do you know the one is the one? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays, like, it's hard to, like, just kind of, I feel like it's hard to know that. Like, you kind of gotta, because it's like, you want a woman to meet certain expectations. I think it's just a feeling, honestly. I feel like it's a feeling.
I like that.
You want a woman that meets all your criteria, but, like, everybody's not going to be able to meet your full criteria.
So let me ask you this. Because you said a feeling. That's kind of interesting to me. So if that's the case, let's say you got this joint and she's top. I mean, I could really bring up a name, but I'm not going to.
It's better.
Let's say you got this joint and she's toxic, right? Like crazy toxic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that feeling, and you can't replicate that. No matter how many good women that you could build a foundation with, because it's not always about that. Women you could build a foundation with, you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not that same feeling, so you don't lock them in, you know what I'm saying? So is that still worthy, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Even in toxic relationships, I feel like, yeah, so maybe there is a positive outcome that could come out of that.
I feel like that's a hard question to answer, because it's like, yeah, you could know, like, this one feeling was one thing, but every relationship in your life is going to serve a different purpose. So, like, I wouldn't just, like, my old self, the old me would be, like, comparing a woman to another woman, like, right. Oh, I didn't feel like this. But I feel like it's about the bond we create, like, with each other. So, more so, like, I feel like the way I want to approach dating now is more so, like, kind of, like, form a friendship with a woman. Like, it doesn't have to, like, just be, like, oh, we're friends and then, like, become, like, date. But I do want to have that like friendship. Like I enjoy talking to you. You're not just pretty. You're not just like whatever. You don't just got a body or you feel me. Whatever the case is that attracted you to her. Like it gotta be something more than that. You gotta build some type of like feeling.
That's facts though. I mean, cause personally, like me and my wife first started like seeing each other, like I actually had to kiss her to remind myself, like, yo, like you're trying to bag this girl, like she's, you know what I'm saying, like, cause we just got that locked in to where it almost felt like, yo, am I being friend zone right now? So I had to make sure type shit. You feel me? So, it is important to build that friendship. I feel like because, look at, I mean, my situation now. I mean, even women that you've had, that was the one thing I feel like that was kind of like extremely important to you was that friendship. You know what I mean?
All right, and I guess to intrude, this is kind of my question on the thing, because, hey, I'm coming from the most humble standpoint. I don't even know when it comes to answering your question that you asked. But it's just like, okay, we talked about, like, the toxic person. A lot of times I feel like people get stuck in these toxic situations, because they get that feeling. Like, maybe it's thrill, maybe it's adrenaline, maybe it's all these different type of things. I don't really know too much what goes into it that gets people really attached to it. But it's like people will have that, and then you'll have the situation where it's like, this is ideal. This is really the good situation, but it's like you don't want that because it does. It's not like it doesn't give that thrill. It doesn't give you that that I don't know, like with that feeling. So it's like I guess I'm saying is like, in what situation is there ever any situation where you get that in a situation like in a scenario where ideally this person checks all the boxes? Because maybe it's the fact that they don't check the boxes that gives you that thrill. Yeah.
And I think that's the scariest part about love, honestly speaking, because at the end of the day, me being a man, I'm not going to sit over here and lie to you and act like I don't judge women for acting a certain type of way. Like when you have a good guy right here that checks most of the boxes but doesn't give you that check box of just that excitement. As a man, I know you know what I'm saying? I'd be judging women for that, for real, because I'm like, you're a goofy. But the whole time, it's real. Because, like, personally, me and my wife, we've been through a lot. Like, a lot. So it's like, subconsciously, that box was checked. Even though it's like, you don't want to go through that, but when you do go through it, when you don't go through it, it doesn't even feel as real. I think people, you just have to, that's why I always tell people, like, you just got to find your person. You know what I'm saying?
So, I think one thing that I think we were talking about it before. I was like, you can look at, like, the woman you want to be with, right? Like, or was I talking to you about it? I was talking to one of them about it. And pretty much I was saying that you can view a woman through the lens of your friends. Like, your friends, you look at your friends, right? You don't like them, like, in that way. We were talking about this. You don't like them because of this, that, or that. You like them because of the relationship y'all have. And you can, like, deal with them, like, and you can, I don't want to say put up with them, but, like, like, it's a joy to be around your friends and stuff like that. So, like, I feel like that toxic feeling is just, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but, like...
Because you don't like toxic friends. People don't
really like you don't like toxic friends, but why do we like toxic
Some people do.
That's true. That's true.
I don't.
I don't personally,
like toxic relationships, though.
You don't.
I don't like toxic relationships.
But you be on some toxic.
I like toxic relationships, but I'm the toxic one.
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean...
the toxic stuff, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open myself up for the podcast. What is the toxic trait that you talk about? What do you think? What's something you don't gotta get too specific, not too specific, but like, how would you like put that? Like,
so basically, my thing with you, like, your last relationship, I feel like was literally anybody. A lot of dudes would kill to be in the position you was in with your last woman. You know what I'm saying? And I just be feeling like I be feeling like you get scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like it feels like you be scared of that real deal commitment, and I don't know what it is. Like you, bro, like so and so, like y'all were growing together. Y'all were like literally growing together. You feel me? Like the relationship definitely seemed cool, but then it's like you damn near. I don't want to say you self-sabotage, but you be on some self-sabotaging type of stuff, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
I feel that though. Like, and I'm like.
I'm just. What is that?
Hold on, this is a question I'll ask you in that. Maybe is it that you feel like you're gonna lose yourself? Is that what it is?
You want me to be honest? I really think like I kind of closed myself off like due to past relationships. I think
it is.
I think like. I think one thing that stops me from even having that like intimacy, like on some no giddy stuff, like. We can almost have a more intimate conversation, not like you know what I mean, but like a deep conversation than I would have with a girl because I be like not wanting to show that side. I don't know, like I mean I kind of know what that is, but it's like it's just something in me that's like it kind of like blocks me off.
Yeah, it's that.
And I'm noticing that now.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Deal with it.
It's like a defense.
I mean, I know what you're gonna say.
That pain, boy.
I was gonna say it's a
It's
defense
that pain,
mechanism.
bro.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
That pain, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, like folks talk about like men, like you not supposed to be this, that, the third, and I mean, bro, you just gotta be real with yourself. Like men, we have defense mechanisms because we don't want to be vulnerable, even with ourselves. We can't even be vulnerable to ourselves. And I'm not sitting over here trying to play like victim or cry baby. That's just what it is, bro. That's the cards we are dealt as a man.
Yeah.
But you gotta recognize that, understand it, so then you can improve on that. Because just because that's how we are wired as men, doesn't mean that's how we should operate in our daily lives.
Yeah.
So what do you think the first step to opening up that vulnerability would be? Like, what would you tell somebody?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get real right now. Like, I done told Tierra, like, and at first I tricked myself into thinking it was like some sort of manipulation tactic. But no, it was real, bro. Like, I'll tell her, like, bro, like you hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way you do me, you know what I'm saying, in this situation, and I would have never did you like that, you hurt my feelings. Even though it don't show, you did. So, you feel me? Like, after a while, it started getting easier for me to talk about how I feel because she used to always hit me with well, I feel how I feel, and I'm not wrong for how I feel. So, You know what I'm saying? I had to respect that. And you know what I'm saying? So I started doing the same thing, and it just got easier and easier for me to go about being vulnerable with that person. Now, I never cried in front of her or nothing like that, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel that. Well, I guess that's kind of something hard for me because I feel like I started from like... I always tell this story. I feel like I started from like the nice guy. Like I always say, I used to be the good guy. Like I remember people.
I relate to that 100%.
Like I remember people would say like good guys always finish last. I never understood that saying because I always like I felt like I was a good guy. I was like I'm a good guy, and I never understood that. I thought it was like kind of some like messed up saying that toxic people would say and stuff like that. But like I came from an aspect of where I felt like when I was a good guy, I was like. Almost like not manipulated, but you feel like your goodness is being used and it's not being valued in the way it should.
I want to piggyback off of that real quick because I actually disagree with that statement, and the reason why I say the good guys finish last. I feel like dummies finish last, and a lot of the times, good guys, they get their feelings involved and they're extremely empathetic. Yeah, you can be a good guy, but not be a dummy.
What defines a good guy?
A good guy is morals to me, bro. It's standing on business.
But I'm
is
saying
a good
like
guy.
more so like
we gotta redefine that good.
We say
I
good
get that.
Guy, good guy in relationship terms. When a woman is speaking about a good guy, she's not talking about.
I understand that.
Yeah. She's not talking about just like a man who's like a good person. She's talking about like a dude who don't have no game, don't got no hoes.
A simp, yeah.
He's a simp.
I understand that, but
That's
let's
what a good guy is.
redefine that term.
Yeah,
bro.
no, I agree.
I mean, no, we should.
Yeah, we should,
But
bro.
I just think we should clarify. Like,
Yeah,
when
for
we're
sure,
talking
for
about
sure.
Good guys
Yeah,
who finish
for
last.
sure.
We're talking about
That
the simp.
yes.
He finishes last.
But that's why I don't
And-
want to call that a good guy because
Yeah.
because the word
It's not, yeah.
it's not a that's not a you're putting a negative connotation on a positive
yeah,
word.
yeah.
And that's the problem with social media and brainwashing all this
Yeah.
other stuff that makes people do bad things and be a bad person in this world
because a good guy is associated
because
with
you put
something
a
bad.
bad word like
Yeah, negative
connotation
connotation on good guy.
on
On
a
a
word
good
that
thing.
means good.
Yeah.
God is good, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I feel that.
let's just use the word simp. Let's just use the word simp.
Yeah,
Because everybody knows what
get,
simp
get
is.
rid of good guy. Just say simps finish last.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Finish last.
Yeah.
Now, you already said, so when you said you felt like a good guy, did you feel like a simp or did you feel like a good guy?
Well, I'd say I was coming into the dating marketplace, all this different type of stuff, not understanding, how things work. I didn't understand that you're not supposed to blow up a girl phone. You're not supposed to quadruple 5, 10, whatever text her, because that's gonna make your text messages or your attention to her seem less valuable. I didn't understand that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
to me,
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff online nowadays is very like cliche, and people try and make you, kind of prescribe to everything that social media says. But I
Right.
think there are some things that like are true, and I think one of those things is like keeping your attention valuable. I think a
Yeah.
lot of I think that's one of the most like valuable things that you can do as a man is keeping your attention valuable, because that was something that I know I like so much did not do at the start, and I know my attention was taken and kind of it's taken in, and then like it's not really it's not valued, it's not received. It's like you giving attention, and then once you give a lot of attention, now you have to even give more and more and more, and then eventually it's just like, well, your attention has no value now.
And
But I think that's a good point though to make, is that like, as a man, you have to make yourself valuable towards a woman, because it's like, I've been there too. Like in my one of my first relationships, like I was a good guy, simp, whatever you like, both. You know me?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think what may have played into my like more recent relationships was not being that guy. Like I'm not about to be that guy.
Yeah.
One that's like, I think I did change as a person too. Like I'm just not like I want to be able to give a woman everything she deserves, but I don't like, it's hard to draw that line where you're like,
I feel that.
where you're like, I'm doing this for you and I'm being a good guy, but then like you also can't give her all the attention. You can't thirst over her. It's like you gotta be fine with that line, and it's like it's kind of hard to find that balance.
Yeah, and I'll say, even go back to what you said, maybe like the toxic thing is like what you just explained. I catch myself like, say at a certain time, I'm really getting into it. You have these good times. You have good times in relationship. You have bad times. I have these good times when I'm really getting into it. And I almost feel like I butcher the good times by becoming too comfortable in the good times and not keeping that same like level of like just, I guess, consistency in me and what I feel like I should do to make like my attention and all that like the most valuable. Like say I'm on FaceTime, because I'm not even someone who likes to do this all the time, but say we do get into an aspect or time where like we're on FaceTime more often, we talking, I feel like that's kind of dilutes your, I guess, your value to your attention is if you're always doing that. So like I would try and keep it level, try and keep it at a good space, but then it feels good if you're in a good place and you're doing that. You talk to her, y'all vibing.
Unnatural when you're like kind of like trying to like
like,
time out how much
right
time you're
you
going.
know what? I actually want to kind of like put a little microscope on that aspect of dating, because I feel like it's easier when you're like right now you're pretty much a vet in the single world right now. Like you're operating. No, for real. Like you operating. You know what I'm saying? You operating pretty fluently in there, and you know what I'm saying. It's not new.
Yeah.
And like you've been single, got back into a relationship, and now you're freshly single again. So let's see what happens. Yeah. But I've also been in that space where I'm like a vet in that single life. And what I want to say that can't be forgotten is that when you find somebody that's truly interested, bruh, you don't care about your time. You just care about, you just want to know what this person is doing. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like when and we can't, cause you do different things when you finally find like that person that you're actually really kind of interested in. I can't lie, like when me and my wife started like talking and stuff like that, she took up all my time. I wanted to know, like I was texting her but at the same time I wasn't like, I don't know, it was still respectful, like to the point where it wasn't like I'm multiple texting. I'm not a double texter. I'm not gonna double text you, but at the same time, like it did bother me, and I, you know what I'm saying. Like if she didn't respond back, it did bother me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask, not to cut you off, but
go ahead.
Go back to the topic. How did you know that you wanted to stay with Tierra? Because you're married. Like, just break it down to us. Like, how did you feel?
Honestly.
And, like, what kind of showed you that you wanted to do that?
Honestly, and I don't even think she knows this, but, like, bro, I was so used to being single, and I was so comfortable in being single that, like, me and her we started off pretty toxic in our relationship. After the honeymoon phase. Everybody got the honeymoon phase. But once she moved in with me and stuff started getting real, you know, I feel like she would look for reasons to break up, and I would too, bro. And then it got to the point where, remember, I had texted group messages one day like, yeah, me and T done. Yeah. And that feeling of, that thought of thinking that we were really about to be done made me sick to my stomach. Like, sicker than any type of feeling I've felt. You know what I'm saying?
And I'd love to cut you off again.
Yeah.
I think we all felt that. Though. Yeah. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
real.
I know you felt that with another woman before. Like,
of course.
It may have been more like intense, but like,
what's the difference? The difference is I wasn't going to let this one slide. Was the difference. Okay. From my previous relationship, you know what I'm saying, I understood that I did let a good one go. Not that I settled. It's not settling, bro. But it's like you're cashing out. You feel me? I'm not settling though. I'm cashing out because at the end of the day, the bond was perfect. The talks that we had was great. I could be myself. All of that. I could live with this person. This person knows me. I know them like the back of my hand. So it's like, why start all over again? Yeah. And why, like, you feel me? Like, so it's just like, no, I've been living with this person for years now. Okay. Me and this person have been through a lot of BS. Yeah. It was times where I had nothing. She was covering me. She had nothing. I was covering her. Cars breaking down. We got to take buses and Ubers and all this other BS. And we still stayed strong and together through all of that. So it's like we didn't been through everything together. I knew right then and there that this was the person that I needed to be with because we didn't been through everything. Right. And we never judged each other. We worked as a team. Yeah, we fought. We had arguments. But we came back together and we got the job done. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
what are traits? I'm gonna ask Elijah.
That's a good one.
What are traits of a woman that make you feel like you would stay? This is not for like everybody else. This is just a personal question. Like, what are traits of a woman that would make you stay? Like,
yeah, and I'll say I continue to explore this. I've been all over the world with this. I mean, I'll go back a little bit into the history of even what made me choose the last girl that I was with and what kind of like, because where I was there, I was obviously really young, and I guess I kind of went through that same process, like, what are traits that I want? And then it was like, okay, I want a cute, smart, it's literally like, it was so basic. It was like cute, smart, and obviously she gotta look good. So that's what I found, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, as I got into my relationship, I actually definitely, you know, realized that it goes a lot more into that. And I'm not gonna say even as much that people gotta be so like alike or so want the same things and all that. But I guess for me, what I want after going through my past experience and kind of analyzing that and growing from it is like, I think I want, or you said what would make someone attractive to me, or what would make them like.
What is a trait that would make you stay?
Well, make me stay. Yeah, I think ultimately, if we're one trait, I would say it would be just like, and I don't even know if this counts as a trait, but like maybe an ideal or like the commonality of just kind of like our mindsets or like where we want to go. Like she don't gotta be as fire as me. Like I got the fire and the ambition towards pushing, but I want her to have the vision. You know,
right?
I want her to understand the vision.
See the vision.
Yeah, to be able to see it and to ride on it and support it. And
so almost like an intellect, not really an intellect, but like somebody that's like you're more like mentally.
Yeah, I want to be connected, like intact with each other.
Yeah,
so like, to me, like the vision don't even gotta be like almost like you could be completely delusional with someone. Because to me, it's like if you're that delusional, you gonna make it work. You know? And like I like that aspect to me, and it's kind of like how that's something I admire about your situation that I see is I feel like
delusional.
Yeah, I feel like even when it comes down to it, and sometimes you get scrutiny for this, but to me, I feel like sometimes when it comes down to it, it'll be you and her against the world, and y'all gonna continue to push on or aspire for certain things.
Yeah.
And to me, that's something that's important for like a relationship to get to where you want it to get.
And that's honestly what it feels like, bro. Like I know regardless of what's going on, it's me and T against the world. Yeah. Literally. That's what it feels like.
What's the trait for you? And I'm gonna give it a trait.
I'm a baby, so a big trait for me is like nurturing. I need you to be nurturing. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be nurturing. I need to see that you have that loving, caring spirit. And that was the biggest checkbox that she had. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of other things too, but that's like the biggest one.
Okay. I would say nurturing is definitely up there. Mine is kind of similar to Elijah's. It's like I like a woman who can like is either like you can be into the same things I'm into, or like I don't know if this sounds conceited, but like just admire the things that I do. Like you don't have to like that sounds crazy. It sounds crazy though. It sounds crazy. But look, when I say that, I mean like
I get it though, bro.
Like, I'm so passionate about the stuff that I do. Like I would love to have a woman that's like so interested in that, and like I could talk because. Bro, when we talk, like, I don't only just talk about myself because that's probably what it sounds like right now. But like, when like I talk to like certain people, like I may have like a doubt about something, or maybe even just the fact that I love what I just did creatively, and like I want to like be a nerd about it and like say all the little small details and like like somebody who would actually care to hear about that. Like
exactly.
I mean, honestly, T does that too though. Remember, bro, she used to be in the studio with us, critiquing both of us.
I see that. That's why I say like, bro, when you make a song, bro, the way how excited she be when you make a song, learn every word to it, all that different type of stuff. Like I like kind of you want someone to be your biggest fan. Like and
that's a better way
to
put it.
Yeah, like
for sure.
I think that's a really good
for sure. Now, here's another question I got for y'all.
What?
As men, are these things? I don't want to say trained. Do we train women to do these things? But honestly speaking, all right, I'm about to just be 100%. I'm getting on my 100% red pill Andrew Tate stuff real quick. Let me stand up for this. Women see potential in men and want to have the power to train a man to be the one that they want.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been answering.
But I think that men are the ones that see the potential and we bring out the talent in women. And I really think it's less the other way around. Because men are I feel like men are the leaders of the relationship.
So that's very true. But I think and I honestly kind of got this from Elijah. So I think you have to find somebody who is okay. let me try to think of an analogy. Maybe like football. Use football. If you take a cornerback, right? You can't train like if he's a cornerback like through and through. You're not gonna like change him into a quarterback. You feel me? Like you're gonna train him to be the best cornerback.
Yes.
So you have to go find you.
Yeah, a good corner, a 5-star,
corner.
a 4 or 5-star prospect for sure.
Even if it's a 3-star,
Even a 3-star,
it makes
yeah.
more sense that they could become a 5-star.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what they are. So if you're looking for a nurturing woman and you go to a woman that doesn't like
been through the war, she been through the
like,
pain,
she doesn't have
hardship.
any nurturing traits, and you're trying to change her.
No, but if
into
she's been through
this,
the worst though, she could be.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But like if you are looking at a woman who is not nurturing at all,
Yeah.
and you're trying to change her into your
not gonna
ideal
work.
woman, it's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
that's where
We have to
that's where your
realize that people are
discernment. That's
people, yeah.
and that's where your
Yeah.
discernment comes in. You know what I'm saying? But when you see that potential, you know what I'm saying. You go to the high school workouts. You go to, you know what I'm saying. You're at your scouting. You're scouting. You know what I'm saying. It's the national championship. You see your cornerback. She over here on lockdown.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for sure. Like you feel me? She not gonna make it to the big leagues and be a star, like a star right off the rip. But if you work that and you know what I'm saying, refine it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Could be all pro.
Yeah, but and then
You know what
like
I mean?
just being real, I feel like to answer like the men versus women part of your question, I think we can't look at it like, is it a man who does this or is it a woman who does this? I think it would have to be both. Like the woman would have to choose a man that is somewhat in her like playing field of what she likes or what she expects out of a man. The man would have to have that same thing in her, and they would have to like work together to be the best version of that. Because if I already want to be this type of man and I have a woman pushing me to be this type of man, it's gonna be easier.
It's like it's a symphony. It's music.
Everything
the piano just playing. It's Beethoven, and I feel that, bro. I think honestly, to me, as I'm going on and I'm seeing stuff more, I feel like I used to be. You guys still think I am real red pill and all that type of stuff, but I feel like this is bringing me more towards like less red pill side of it. And just more towards like based is understanding that different people are gonna like suit different needs. Different people are gonna bear different things. Right. Everyone has their own different thing. And I think another thing that us as men, and I think this is really delusional as men for us, is to think that you are the best man for like whatever girl that you're with. And I think that's something I had to realize is like you might not be the best man for the girl that you're with. And in the same way that you just said, like she gotta decide what's best for her as well. Like it should be that symphony that connects. It goes both ways. So like for me, I would be completely delusional and completely consumed and conceited to think that I can change this girl, any girl that I get with, to be the best girl, to match or meet, or even that I'm gonna meet all her needs, Right. And I think like that goes into a little bit more aspect of just you really got to take the time to pick up on these things and see. And
And to go back real quick to when we talked about like, I think that's another checkbox though, bro. I feel like that's what eliminates the toxicity in a relationship. Is when you guys both see the potential in each other and you're willing to grow together. Because when you're willing to grow together and refine the flaws and everything like that, and it's always constant self-improvement, you're not going to get bored.
Yeah.
Because you might have known this, like, me and T, we were these people back in 2020. And now we're these people in 2025. I would have never expected that this would be the person that I'd buy a home with and all. Bro, this stuff was dreams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it gets exciting after a while once you start nicking things off off your belt, like nicking notches off the belt or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, start getting accomplishments with it. So that's another thing too. But that just might be personality types. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're hustlers, so certain things like that kind of like intrigues us. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's different strokes for different folks for sure.
Yeah.
But
all right, and I guess we'll go ahead and finish what you about to say.
I was just about to ask a question. I don't even know if it was a good question, but what's something you completely will not tolerate? Like this, she does this, you out type shit. Like,
Oh, I mean that's.
I mean, but like nothing
not cheating.
basic. Yeah,
Not
like,
cheating. Right.
Yeah, not cheating. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. As soon as you try to play with me in front of a group of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, deliberately try to play with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I'm out, but it's like, you only got a couple of times to do that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the first time, I'm not, like, I would be capping if I said, yeah, the first time I'm out. Especially if it was T. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Because she didn't do it to me before.
Yeah.
But will she do that to me again? No, she won't. So yeah, like that's one thing I will not tolerate is if you really like try to play with me in front of like not even just in front of a group of people, but really in front of a group of people because it's like that's big for me. You know what I'm saying? Respect. You know what I'm saying? You disrespect me in front of a bunch of people is crazy.
I think somebody who like, and I'm talking like more to an extreme level than just normal. Like somebody who's like disrespectful to their parents, like, and not like you feel me. Like everybody get like they get a little attitude with their parents and stuff like that. But like if you see somebody like, and there's different levels to it because people have different relationships with their parents.
I was about to say yeah, some
people have different relationships with their parents, so I'm kind of excluding that. But like.
Basically, if your parents provided everything for you,
and it's like
yeah.
bro, because it just shows how ungrateful you are.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
nasty
just like
work.
it shows how like to me, like you don't have any far sight because it's like, bro, you gonna be sick that you was acting like this one day, especially if you have a parent that was providing and doing everything they needed to do, giving you love, but you're just like. I don't know. That's one thing that
that's a turn off. That's a turn off.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
I would say for me,
It's gonna be something life.
it's probably it's certain things that don't irk me as much as others, bro. But I don't know what it is about this thing. It's like comparing me to another man.
Oh,
I think that's the one. I think that's the one.
No,
for
that's
me.
a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Lie.
That's top tier.
Yeah,
That's top tier because you
do that shit,
I ain't gonna lie. We're not.
Nah, I'm here.
I didn't even think about that one because she has never even in her life. Yeah, never in her life will she do something like that, bro.
I think.
Nah.
Yeah, I think that's the one for me.
Yeah, nah.
Comparing you to another person
It's crazy. That's crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy work.
That's probably the one. I try and be like, kind of. I don't know. I can say I try and be chill. Other people may think otherwise, but I know if it's one thing that you gonna make me like almost crash out about, crash out, but I might crash out
a little bit at least. Like,
yeah, it's like you compare me to another dude, whether it's deliberately to hurt my. Or even just in like a subtle sense, like I'm gonna pick up on it. Maybe it'll take a little bit of time for me to pick up on it or like see, but I'm like, you do that. Yeah. That's one thing that will get me like really up there, like really. So I think that's probably one thing. Just in the future, any situation I go into, like if you doing that off rip, bruh, like if I see even the slightest bit of that, it's none, bruh. Straight up.
I feel that. That was top tier.
Yeah. But I did, I guess, earlier, and I guess to wrap it up, because we coming up kind of long now, I wanted to say, I guess, from you being kind of the aspect right now, because, we both single and we moving forward, is just, what do you suggest us, or even, us and other men, say, who have been out there, who are getting experience, all these different type of stuff, to look for, not even to look for, but how to operate within getting in a relationship if they do really want something serious. How to operate. I mean, this means
how to approach that, like
how to approach that.
All right, so
and even just to take it away, because I feel like a lot of men right now are not even right now, but just in general. We were talking about this before. Is like you attach the looks to it too. You attach all these different type of things. We talk about the traits. It's easy, okay, to sit there and look at the traits and all this. But then when you attach looks to it, okay, this girl looks so good, and this other girl might have everything you need that doesn't look as good. So I'm just like, how do we operate towards, moving forwards to actually finding a based girl, based whatever, and getting to a point to where we can.
All right, so basically, this is the way I was able to do it because I had to do it. I could have just graduated, bro. I'm a bartender, bro.
Oh, my fault. I'm messing
But
up.
but nah, this is the way I did it, and did this intentional. It was all intentional when I was doing what I was doing. But bro, honestly,
And y'all, he done been out there, bro. I done seen this man.
it was
I done seen this man.
it was intentional, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. First of all, you gotta stop spanking your chicken, bro. Like, I say this.
That's first.
I say this.
That's first.
I'm not gonna lie. You got to, and the reason why is not just because whatever. It's discipline. Like, regardless of whatever, like, you gotta be.
Can I ask a question before you
go ahead?
Continue with that. Do you feel like, bro? I feel like not doing that, not spanking your chicken, is like. I feel like that makes less discipline. Like, that creates less discipline. Like, not like, okay, of course you're creating discipline because you're not doing that, but then I feel like you're more inclined to just like
act on your
other sexual, like, feelings.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why you gotta discipline yourself, bro. Because it's not just not.
So
spanking
that's
your
a
chicken.
part. Okay,
it's
so
not
that's
just
a part of it.
It's not. Yeah, it's not just not spanking your chicken. You can't have sex. Like, you gotta be celibate. You know what I'm saying? And really get into just like really improving yourself as a person.
Cause some dudes, it's like you won't spank your chicken, but then it's like.
But you're
you see a 3 walk along.
Yeah,
and this is your equivalent to
start getting
blurry. Bro, and
Yeah.
bro, and that's what happened.
Drunk.
I woke up next to a 3 and I was pissed. I said, bro, I'm done. I need change. Like, no cap. I'm being 100% with y'all. Like, no cap.
Hey, we're clipping that. That's the intro.
But like, for real, bro, like, you gotta be celibate. Like, you gotta start, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, even if you're not spiritual, like, when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about crystals. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But the truth. But you gotta get into something, bro, that's gonna make yourself a better person. Just discipline yourself. You can't allow coochie to be the reason why you do things in life, the reason why you make certain decisions, the reason why you act a certain type of way, especially around your boys and this, that, the third.
Yeah.
Start becoming a respectable man. You know what I'm saying? Start gaining respect from your peers. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that, bro. Like, do that. And I promise you, as you operate in life, and once it doesn't become the first thing on your mind, when you can have a conversation with a woman without even thinking about, damn, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can just have a conversation like they're a person. Talk to a woman like they're a person. I'm telling you, you're going to get a lot more, like, women are going to be more attracted to you because they don't, you know, in anime, how they always have like that.
That's why I started laughing. I already know what you're talking about.
Like that bloodlust. Like, they feel that bloodlust and like, oh, I sensed him because of the bloodlust. Like, it's the same thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they feel that, like, that lust. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a heavy energy for real. So you gotta be able to.
Oh, I thought you was even gonna make the not the analogy, but just like in the
with
anime,
the nose bleeding and all that.
Nosebleeding. In the animes, those dudes never get the girls.
Never get
Or
the
they
girls.
they never look like. They always look kind of like, they're
they're the lames.
You know?
They're the lames.
But I've seen animes where it's like, or maybe like Light Yagami, like in animes where it's like the dude who literally don't give a F about the girls. He don't care at all.
Yeah.
And he just on his stuff. All the girls, you see all the little high school girls all attracted to him and all that different type of stuff.
But it has to be genuine. It can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be you
Trying
to. No, because
think about it, bro. It's the same concept of when, like, you're just chilling, and the girl you don't like, you feel me, is all over you, And the more you push away, the more she likes you. Feel me? I didn't deal with that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I didn't been in times where I wanted a girl, she ain't want me, then I ain't want her, then she want me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
The energy is real.
Yeah, the energy's real.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. I hope y'all enjoyed.
Um,
Y'all got anything else to...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys can follow us on our social medias. We'll put that in the description of the video.
show.
You know what I'm saying? And just stay tuned, man. We got a lot of stuff, and we'll be posting, what do y'all say? Like, what, 3 days a week, maybe?
To be determined.
To be determined. Yeah, we ain't going to speak on that just yet.
But,
for sure, once a week. We're going to do that.
Week.
We're going to do for sure once a week.
For sure once a week.
And if we can get 2, 3... and we going to supply y'all with as much. We going to supply y'all with as much content as we possibly can. But we all got life going on and stuff like that. But I hope y'all really enjoyed this.
But I'll say my part is just like we should have been started this, honestly.
Yeah.
But like we
do this shit for fun.
We do this all the time. Yeah. Like we just be yapping. Like if I could say someone be yapping, it literally be this whole like collective. So we got a lot to give. We got a lot. We talk about valuable stuff too. Like we'll yap from this aspect of things to this aspect. You know. So I think we just got a lot to bring to this. You know, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna have fun with it. You know, and I'm just glad. I'm glad to see what the future has entailed for us, because, you know, I think we got a lot of value here. Yeah. A lot to give, a lot to learn. Yeah, I think this community that we can build. I mean, we three young black men. You know, 3 different places in life. You know, we got different perspectives.
And honestly, it's just a real perspective, and not this fabricated internet stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We just telling y'all, talking to y'all.
We just like y'all for real.
I'm talking to y'all, but I'm really talking to them. Like, this is a conversation that we would have. Like,
we be in the comment section.
Just here to be open and honest, and then like hopefully something that y'all can relate to. Yeah. Because I feel like that's what connects with me personally when I see somebody like having talks like this, like all the antics and stuff is like funny.
And I also think, bro, I think it's necessary for, you know, the brothers like us, you know. I feel like we need more connection. We need more like, I don't know, I want to say promotion, but just like we need more things that just promote like, you know, us talking intellectually and coming outside of what the culture is normally, you know. Let's take a different spin. Let's take a different direction. And, you know, let's try and build, try and grow.
And honestly, I know this is a long intro, but we're outro, but we're very versed. That's the But we're very versed in almost any category: music, sports, you know, politics. Crypto, dating, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of that, bro. We're very versed in a lot of different subjects. Mm-hmm. I mean, shoot, even drugs, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we didn't live life. So, you feel me? Like, so I'm just saying to say, like, this is for anybody, and we can connect with anybody. Anybody can come here, chill with us. You know what I'm saying? If you over 21, crack a beer open, roll you something up, listen to us, just talk, bro. Cause like these are the guys, bro. We're the guys. Yeah, so just get familiar with us, and we'll catch you next time.
And if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Bar Talk. We are men established.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching.
Thanks. All right.